Welcome back, ladies and gents. I'm your host, Trainer1, to more Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is our 100% walkthrough for the game. I hope you guys enjoy, and of course, thank you to Ubisoft for providing the code for me. So the way I'm going to divide this walkthrough up is going to be by sections on the map. So as you can see, this is the Izumi Settsu section. This is the first available section that you have in the map. There's viewpoints to get. There's all your missions inside this area, all the side content inside this area. Everything else is divided up by those sections. So if you try to go into a location that is way higher than you, you're obviously going to have a hard time. This is an RPG. So what we're going to do is we're dividing things into a little bit easier for you guys to be able to follow. So this section here and this part is going to cover a lot of things underneath this entire region. So there might be a few parts for each region depending on how long it takes to 100% complete each and every region. So the first thing that we're going to do in this region is to go around and grab some of these viewpoints. So each section has a, I'm not sure if it's the same exact number of viewpoints for every one you go to, but as you can see here, we are going to grab the first one, which is available to us right from the very beginning. Now, we're going to go through this really quickly. This is kind of, this is helping you all out so you can see the beauty of the game. This is the PlayStation 5 version. So the first few things you're going to see here is us just kind of rolling around through the world a little bit and unlocking the viewpoints. So what the viewpoints do is they don't just, it's a little different than in past games. You obviously you do the viewpoints here, and as you can see, little by little they show up on the map depending on how, I'm not sure what the radius is for the viewpoints, but as you can see, some more things have shown up on the map. And then what you essentially are going to do is go into your map, and then you'll see all the things that that specific viewpoint has shown you where they were. Now, that could mean a question mark, meaning that there's just something there, but you don't know what it is. And you'll actually have to go out and search for it to do it. So the way this game does its missions as well is you'll need to find clues. You can use scouts to do those clues, which we'll explain that once we get into the mission a little bit more. But for this first section here, we're going to be just going through in a counterclockwise manner and grabbing all of the viewpoints. This is, again, a way to show off the beauty of the game. I'm also going to show you a few kind of just combat encounters you get, as well as the achievements that we get and trophies along the way for doing that. There's a lot of story missions that we're going to have in this video, but this first few minutes are going to be mainly just us kind of going over all the different viewpoints, and we'll be skipping time and stuff. Just know that this is a very long game, so you guys are going to see a lot of, traveling through different sections of the game and whatnot. But for sake of time and whatnot, I want to make sure to give you guys the best experience that I can. So just for this first 10 minutes or so, we're going to be going around here grabbing all of these viewpoints. You can check the description below, as well as the pinned comment. We'll have all the timestamps for the missions, for when we unlock trophies, and when we do certain things. So if you want to skip ahead because you don't really care too much about seeing where the viewpoints are, just make sure you check out the chapter stamps that are below in the video, and you can get to when we actually finally do the first mission. Other than that, I'll see you guys when I feel the need to commentate or explain anything to you all. I'm having a blast playing the game. I hope you all are as well. Don't forget to support the channel any way that you can, so that we can continue to do what we love to do here. Become a member, Patreon, all of that good stuff. And hopefully we can get to 200 likes on this video. And the faster that we get more likes on these videos, the quicker they will come out, since this is early footage for all of you. If you have any questions, by all means, make sure you let me know in the comments below as well. This section here is the next viewpoint. Some of the viewpoints are actually a little tougher to get because they're either behind enemy lines, meaning that they have a lot of enemies that you need to kind of get around. Some of them are in castles and things like that. But for the sakes of just getting all the viewpoints, if I have to take out enemies along the way, I will. Other than that, we'll just kind of skip all of that, and then we can go back and do those specific objectives, because there's also castles that you need to kind of raid, and in those castles could be a viewpoint. So we're going to grab the viewpoint first, and then we'll go back and do that individual castle at a later time, so you guys can see how to infiltrate the castle itself. But here, it's pretty easy here. We just need to take out these guys. You don't need to do it in a stealthy manner. Actually, I recommend you probably not do this in a stealthy manner. The reason being, as you really need to get good with the combat with her, as she is a different beast than playing with Yasuke. So definitely get a hold of the combat a little bit more, and hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll pick up whenever I feel I need to. So this is going to be a good point to show you guys the inventory system here and the way that it works. Essentially, you're going to have two different selections for weapons. Right now, we only have the katana, so we have no other ones that we can choose from currently, but you will be able to pick up more. We have different outfits that you can unlock and pick, obviously aesthetically, but they also have damage values and stuff like that to them. So play the way you want to. Sometimes you might see red, sometimes you might see green. Maybe I don't. Right now, currently, I don't have any abilities, so I don't need to worry about an ability if that kind of goes down. So just weigh them in and out. You know, you get a little bit of customization in this game, so that's always nice. There's also transmog in this, meaning that you will be able to wear whatever outfit you think looks cool and still have the properties of the other outfits as well. Here are the skill systems and how they work. You've got katana, you've got your shinobi, you know, your master or your assassin ability and your tools abilities. Most of them at the bottom row is going to cost about 1, but then once you start to get higher in the tiers, it'll start to cost like 2 points, 3 points. And you get those points by just going around and doing certain things on the map. There's all different kinds of activities that you can do. In this specific video, we're going to be covering 4 flashbacks, and each one of those flashbacks gives you knowledge points, and you have a certain amount of knowledge points that you need before you move up to level 2. So that's kind of how the system works. And as we go along through this video, then, you know, I'll explain when we finally eventually unlock some abilities and things like that as we do that. But other than that, we're going to keep on moving through the areas here and just keep it going. Like I said, you know, this first few sections here are nothing but going around to these viewpoints and just trying to explore a little bit of the game. And you can just tell how big this game actually is, you know. I'm very, very surprised because, you know, playing these RPG Assassin's Creed games, you know, I've had mixed feelings for. You know, I'm an original Assassin's Creed guy. I love the nuance that the original games had, and I felt like we kind of lost a little bit of that as these newer RPG ones have come out. But this, I would say, is definitely so far one of my favorite of the RPG eras, just because of the way that they're doing things aesthetically and how they're unlocking things. This is a long game, and there's a lot of side content, of course, but so far all the side content that I've done has been actually pretty fun. And yeah, I'm having a blast playing it, and I know there's going to be controversy throughout everybody out there, you know, when it comes to this game because of Ubisoft themselves. But I just want to put that out there that I am a gaming channel, and I love to play games. All I care about is what I see on the screen, and those are the games themselves. So on our way to this next viewpoint here, I thought, you know, let's show what happens if you just randomly like run into something on the way to an objective. So as you can see, there's these guys here. Now remember, we are on expert mode, so that's why you'll see that you have to be very cautious when it comes to her and taking out a bunch of enemies at once. Always try to go into any situation stealthy as opposed to just randomly going into encounters like this. It's not like the previous Assassin's Creed games where you just got so much at your disposal. You are really, really tied, especially here at the very beginning of the game with no abilities and no real power-ups and things like that to get you through. So just keep moving and then just kind of showing you a little bit of that randomness that you'll encounter throughout the areas, and they'll all tell you exactly what level areas they are. Also, I wanted to let you guys know, before I'm sure someone's going to ask me in the comments, since I am an old style Assassin's Creed fan, I have done something that maybe a lot of you didn't know you could do, or maybe you didn't do in your playthrough. But I've went into the difficulty setting and I've actually changed one thing. That one thing that I've changed is to allow you to be able to assassinate anyone. Meaning that it doesn't matter what level someone is, if you're able to sneak up on them and get behind them, you will be able to successfully assassinate them. I did this when I played Valhalla as well because I prefer the older games. I think that if a neck is available and nobody knows you're there, and you're able to silently go up, and you should have access to that neck. I don't like the whole, just because someone's a level 25, even though, you know, they're standing there right in front of you, you can't take them out even though they don't know you're there. So I never preferred that. Like I said, I'm an old school Assassin's Creed guy, so because of that, I turned that off. So hopefully you guys don't mind, which you'll notice that I'll be able to assassinate when we do a lot of stealth in this game, enemies that are significantly higher ranking than my current level. And so that is why. If you don't go in and actually turn that on, then you will not be able to go and assassinate all the enemies you see as long as you're being stealthy. right, here we're going to unlock our next trophy. This one is a pretty easy one that I just kind of stumbled on my way to the next viewpoint here, which is right here. All you need to do is pretty much do a jump from there. This one's called Acrobatics. Perform a leap of faith from a grappling hook swing. This was just randomly something that happened, and so I was very pleasantly surprised when it popped up. This is that castle I was telling you about earlier. There's a lot of guards in here that you can take down and do a lot of other side content inside this castle, but for right now, we're just getting these fast points available, so as later on in the game when we need to go to a certain point, or we'll be able to get there more efficiently, and then of course it's just about exploring as much as possible. I'm a huge explorer. I love to look around. I love to do things. You have to be if you want to be one of those that goes 100% walkthroughs and tries to get the platinums in all the games that they play. But we just have a few more of these viewpoints to get, and then we will move on with some main missions. In this situation, you're going to find little collectibles that you can get. They're going to be little shards that you'll see in the world, and you just need to look at them. And once you do, you'll unlock some history of the area and the time period. So I don't know if there's any trophies assigned to this or not. But if there are, then obviously we'll end up getting them all. But I'm definitely going to show you at least a few of them, the ones that I see while I feel are kind of in the way of what we're trying to accomplish. But I'm not going to show you every single one of them, as there's so many throughout the world and whatnot. But it just gives you a little bit more richer history into what they're trying to show off here as far as the game world goes.
That must be a Nanban ship. How many more will cross the sea?
Now that we're actually done with all the viewpoints that are in this specific region, we're going to go ahead and start tackling our main mission. Now you see that there's a question mark next to the mission as well. We will tackle that just after we do this mission here. I'm going to show you how long it takes to actually kind of fast travel and load into the game from whatever point. Remember, this is why I went around and got all the viewpoints so that we can quickly get from one side to the next. But what I've noticed in some situations, you're not always going to be able to jump off from this location here. Sometimes you will have to go to a lower location before it'll allow you to actually do your leap of faith or whatnot. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and head to our main mission area and continue on with the actual game. So hopefully you guys enjoy. On the way to our main mission, we came across a person that needed help. So even though they don't really show up on the map or anything like that, but these are kind of what you would get in Ghost of Tsushima, where you go and help random people along the way. You will be able to talk to these people too, and they will give you stuff for saving them and whatnot. So I figured that this was a good opportunity to show you guys another random encounter that you can come across, and being able to help protect kind of the community that you're doing this for.
Chichiwa taught me well.
Thank you. The soldiers' cruelty knows no bounds.
This isn't the first time they've harassed you?
Oda's men grow vicious under their leader's power. Who am I to resist? I'm nothing but fodder for them.
I'll be on the lookout. For you and others like you.
Thank you, stranger.
The last time I was here, everything was different. Chichiwa was alive. I only hope Tomiko's alright. Tomiko. Tomiko. Naoe. And Nagato? Come. I'll pour sake.
May his spirit find peace.
父上。I only wish I had seen their faces. Cowards, all of them.
What do you mean?
That night, the masked samurai. There are 11 more. They killed my father. The Onryo.
The masked man from Katano. I should have known he wasn't just some mad ronin. So there's more than one.
Many more.
They killed Nagato. You'll have to kill them all. Do you understand? Not just those that wear masks, but the people that surround them. The power that commands them.
I will not hesitate.
Good. It's the only way to set things right. Blood for blood.
Blood for blood.
You will need much, then. Allies, supplies.
And a place to put them.
It's yours. Anything.
Are you sure?
Did your father ever tell you why my bones ache in the weather? Why my strength fades so quickly?
No.
War. Years ago. Between daimyo whose faces I'd never seen. Powerful men who fought to rule my land, but never set foot in it. Their soldiers killed everyone. My family, neighbors, left my mangled body in the dirt. Left me to burn as our fields turned to ash.
But why? You weren't the enemy.
We were in the way. The last thing I heard, after my husband's screams fell silent, was laughter. Our lives meant nothing. These people don't care about us. So every scrap I have in this world is yours, Naoe. As long as you promise to make them suffer.
I'll have to make changes to the place.
Then it is time to start gathering supplies.
Well, it's a humble beginning, but we'll need a lot of foundation to make that mountain Chijue always told me about. That's enough stone. This will build a strong roof. Time to build, I guess.
So this was something you can do in the hideout. This was something I really didn't know too much about because I didn't really look too deep into some of the things in the game, you know, because I wanted to be surprised by a few things. I never got the chance to do the hideout in my early footage or whatever, but essentially you can build your own location, you can set it up the way you want, customize it, and once you do certain missions, you'll be able to bring new people into that location and start to beef it up. Probably leading to like some big mission towards the end of the game that you're going to have to defend the location or something like that, I'm sure. But I don't know how it plays into the game just yet, but this is kind of your main base of operations. So you'll need to come back here time and time again and continue to build it up.
Junjiro! Sorin!
My apologies for our unannounced arrival.
I've come to stay with you!
What?
What?
I had thought I was doing some good by staying at Makino Odera. But your fiery spirit showed me that, in truth, I was hiding, sinking my roots too deep in the mountain soil.
But where will you go? What will you do?
A pilgrimage, I think. A slow one if these old bones have any say.
And I've come to stay with you!
He hasn't ceased talking about you since the moment you left.
Please, I'll help. I could cook, do chores, feed the horses.
My home is your home, Junjiro. Wherever that is.
Really?
I'll take care of him.
Yatta!
So we're taking in strays now, are we?
You were the one who said we needed allies. Think of Junjiro as our first recruit.
Don't touch that.
Sorry.
Will you be all right?
You don't believe me capable of a pilgrimage, then?
I guess you've proven me wrong before.
Do take care of him. You two are more alike than you know.
What is this? Here. This mark.
That one was wounded. My father sliced off his ear in the melee.
There's a man in Sakai rumored to have lost an ear some months ago. I hear his men have clashed with Kyonyo and his monks at a temple, somewhere in southeast Settsu.
Monks?
Survivors from Honganji, the Ikoiki. Kyonyo is their leader now. Maybe he could give you information.
Anything else?
The Teppo. What are those etchings?
Gold, I think. Even in the moonlight alone, I could still see them. Never knew a teppo could shine like that.
Then you've never been to the markets of Sakai. The craftsmen there are like none other. Someone in Sakai will lead you to this gun. Follow your instincts. Sakai is a big city now, full of danger, yes, but also allies. Eyes open for those who might help our cause.
Right.
And, if you're near the blacksmith shops, find Heiji. Looks like a bear, forges like a master. He owes me a favor.
I will track down who we're looking for, wherever they're hiding.
So we have another trophy unlocked. This is called Soul Sanctum. This is trophy 6 of 55. This one is a part of the story, so once you unlock the hideout, you will get this trophy. So now what we're going to do is go into the main objective board. So this is where you're going to find all of your side missions, your main missions, everything throughout the world, all the people you need to hunt, the targets you need to take out, and they're all kind of divided like this. You saw the same thing previously in Assassin's Creed Mirage, although it's a little bit more detailed here, I think. But this is your board, so these are the official ones, like your main targets that you need to take out, and you'll have missions that are tied to them. So once you are tracking those specific missions, then you're going to use scouts to find clues. Those clues will lead you towards them. Either you can find those clues yourself, or you can actually use your scouts to do this. You can get more scouts by doing, certain quests as well. So it kind of all leads into one thing, which leads into the next. So you can just go through this section here, kind of look at it and see what type of missions you have available to you, and then we'll move on. So here is the scout mode. Essentially, when you go into the map, you're going to have this section that you'll look on the left side that'll tell you that you have scouts available. So all you need to do for the PlayStation 5 is to hold down the square button over the area that you think where the kind of next mission would be. You can see you've got your details over in the left side. He's in the southwestern Izumi Settsu. He's in Sakai, so he's in that area. He is east of the port of Sakai, obviously the port being on the water, so you know that he is somewhere in the east here for you to look around. You could do this at any time, and you have a few that are available to you. As you can see, we've just unlocked trophy number 7, which is Scouting Mission. Gather information using a scout. That's not specifically the correct one we need. The one we need is going to be right here, and this will lead us to the next mission, which we're going to do in just a few minutes here. We're going to do some missions before then as well, but that's kind of like the next main quest. So what I want to do at this point is you can talk to your companions that are throughout here as well. And remember, this is non-canon mode, so things might be different depending on the choices that you make if you do canon mode. I'm not sure which ones to consider because this is my first time playing the game, so we'll figure that out as we go through, but my choices might be different than yours.
Is it true that there was a battle here once? And Tomiko fought up a whole army by herself? She's good with a broom. I don't want to imagine her with a weapon.
So even though our main mission that you can see up right now, which is Way of the Blacksmith, we're going to do a few things before then. I told you earlier that there was a little section kind of to the right of the hideout. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and look. As you can see, we have one more skill point that you can use, but we also need 7 more knowledge points before we're able to rank up into the second tier. You can see the second tier there, then the third tier. All those are locked, and you'll need a certain amount of knowledge points in order to be able to do that. So let's go ahead and pump up some Executioner to give us a little bit more power with our melee. And now we're going to head over to the right side here and grab this. So there's a total of 4 of these. This is going to be the first one that we do. We're going to do all 4 in this video. These are main missions, although I guess you can consider them side, but these are flashbacks that kind of lead up to the point of where your character was in the intro. Definitely big story missions here, and they're kind of, you could say it, they're kind of like tutorial missions as well. They're teaching you some stuff. Really enjoyable. Hope you guys enjoy them, and we're going to be doing 4 of them total throughout this part. So the first thing you do before you actually get into those flashbacks is this little mini game. It's done by sound, so as the circle gets lower and you're inside the little circle you can see, you need to press the corresponding button. It's all based off of sound, so once you get into a rhythm, you should be able to get into it. Constantly do it until you're able to pass it.
Where are we going?
Into the forest to find something I have not seen in many years.
Now? I thought we were going to fight.
Trust me, my Naoi. Now is the perfect time.
They say the Oda clan has the teeth of bears, and the same craving for flesh.
His appetite is never satisfied, that Oda Nobunaga. He sends his son to take down his prey, no doubt.
What does he want? We've done nothing to them.
What they all say they want. Peace. But I would guess the real answer is power. We could be tiny mice in a hole, but within his walls, Oda Nobunaga will not stop his knife until we have stopped scratching.
Then we have to stop him first.
And with your father and Momochi Sandayu, we stand a great chance.
Momochi Sandayu will fight with us? Oda Nobukatsu will be finished by sunrise tomorrow.
By nightfall. Come, we are getting close. Ah, I believe this is the one. Take a closer look at that shrine. There.
There's something here. Is this your katana?
I hid it when I thought Iga would see peace for good. How wrong I was. But now, it is yours.
Mine?
Naoi, you're all Nagato has. It is why he protects you so. But when destiny comes to your door, you must answer. Blade first at times.
Thank you, Auntie Matsu.
Obaba, it is not safe. You are Nagato and Tsu's daughter.
Yes, my name is Naoe.
The resemblance is striking. Can you fight like your father?
Yes, sir, I can. He has taught me.
Then today will be your greatest test. When you're ready, get to the edge of Nagano Pass. Stay low. Do not attack until I give the order.
Will you be all right? Can you get back home?
Like you said, I can fend for myself. Fly forward like a dragonfly.
I believe that.
I am Igan too, you know.
Goodbye, Auntie. I will be strong. Oda Nobunaga's men could be anywhere. Stay hidden. They'll kill me if they see me. No! Kagedora? The Oda clan are monsters. What's happening? Why is this happening? I begged Chijue for this. To fight just to kill? What have I done?
As you can see here, this mission is really kind of just teaching you about how to use stealth and how to get around enemies. Obviously, if you're going prone, you're going to be able to hide in a lot of different areas that you wouldn't have normally been able to hide to in previous Assassin's Creed games. So stick to the shadows, stick to the tall grass areas, just like you would in any normal Assassin's Creed game, and then try to get through this part without being seen.
What was that? They are spying on us.
Did they hear me? I'm covered in blood. No, one of us had to die. I had no choice. Was that Momochi-san that you? If I have to kill again, I'll be ready. I'm getting closer. Are they everywhere? Don't look back. Just keep going.
Why have we stopped? What are you waiting for? Attack! Attack! Regroup! Regroup! Lost, are you? Iga should have surrendered.
Iga does not know surrender.
All right, we have our first boss fight. This boss fight is the Oda Brute. Once you learn exactly what each enemy does, the blue just means that it's a successive amount of hits that you need to block. When you see blue, it usually means there's going to be 2, 3, or 4 hits in a row. When you see red, obviously just dodge, get the heck out of dodge, get out of there, and then come back. The timing can be a little tough on expert mode. You'll see that you need to be significantly early when you're doing these blocks, because you're really not meant to block, I guess you could say, with her. She's more supposed to be a dodge. You'll actually notice it when you play Yesuke. The timing window is a lot better when it comes to being able to block and parry. With her, it's a lot slower, so therefore you need to be a little bit earlier than you think. Once you're playing the both different characters, then hopefully it'll grow on you.
Now
I killed him, Chichue. He was as big as a...
Are you hurt? Answer me!
This is not my blood.
You disobeyed me.
She obeyed my orders. I asked her to defend Iga.
She is my daughter!
Is she not Igan? Was Iga not attacked?
We had defense enough. Now I did not do as she was told.
You tell me to stay with Matsu, I stay with Matsu. Momochi-san you tells me to defend Iga, I defend Iga.
Now,
I do what I am told. I have never done anything less.
you killed this man.
Yes.
Formidable foe.
You have made Iga proud today, Naoe.
It's time to go home. The battle is over.
The battle is over, my friend. But the war has just begun.
All right, so the first one is complete. And as you can see, they will unlock XP and different things, and there's a total of 4 of them to complete the set of Kuji-Kiri, I guess. But there's 4 of them total in this area for you to actually take down. They're all in the question marks that you see, and then once you do those, then you'll unlock a lot of XP. It's kind of like you have one overriding mission with 4 little missions inside that, and they're all flashbacks. But what we're going to do now is we're going to start heading to our main story mission. But what we're going to do first is the mission that is down below it, right here. This is called the Fatherless Monk, and it tells you what level you should be at, obviously, when you go in there and whatnot. But yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and lead right into it. And
Sounds like a big fight.
Here we go.
I'll need a better view. That must be Kyonyo. They need help. One less obstacle in my path.
I didn't think anyone would come.
You expected reinforcements?
Only half-heartedly. When my father called for aid, thousands would come. I sent letters and not a soul replies. Except you. I am Kyonyo.
Naoe, it wasn't a letter that brought me here. More an instinct.
No matter what brought you here, your help was needed. Our home, Honganji, has been reduced to ashes. 10 years, we struggled against Oda Nobunaga. My father finally signed a peace treaty and retreated. Took most of his followers with him.
So all you see here is all who are left.
Our precious Honganji. And the Lord Daimyo orders Hashima Hideyoshi to build a castle in its place, on our land. I wouldn't give up. And for that, I am disowned. I will never stop fighting Oda Nobunaga!
He burned my home to the ground too.
So that's what brought you here.
No. I made a promise to my father. To retrieve a box that was stolen by one of his murderers.
A father's wish is a powerful thing. Disobeying mine cost me everything.
My father cut the ear off one of the men. I was told he might be near Sakai, so I found you.
One ear, eh? When Oda Nobunaga took over, he put one of his most savage dogs in charge. Wada Koretake. Many call him the One-Ear Demon. The men you fought were his.
It's him. Only demons would do what they did to my father.
Immoral to his core. He pillages, destroys our relics, burns our temples. These are objects, yes, but they are symbols of our teachers. 500 years of history, desecrated by a one-eared madman.
Then let's find him.
He is hard to track. The only evidence he leaves behind are corpses. Burned, beheaded, or both. But with you, maybe my fortune is turning.
I caught this one running back to his master. Kyonyo! We could have used him!
What? Koretake's worms would rather die than talk.
Why is the sword your first response?
Now, this is Yaya. Fought for my father in the war. Abandoned me like he did.
Not true. You called for help. I came back.
I want to join you two, to find Wada Koretake.
Not another corrupted for Kyonyo's hopeless cause.
My father taught me that as long as we are breathing, there is hope.
It's good to see some people still listen to their fathers.
You wound me.
You both seem steadfast on your path of destruction. I heard one of Koretake's men speak of the chief executioner, Nanatsumatsu. He may know where to find Koretake. But I know the place. No one visits and returns the same. Especially not a lone guard.
You didn't see her fight. She'll be fine. Still, we'll need allies. Find Mitsumune at Nunobiki Falls. He leads the last survivors of Honganji, who have formed an Ikki.
I will go to them. Thank you.
There's a farmhouse near the river. Meet me there when you're done.
Once you complete this mission, you will unlock another trophy. So this one is titled the Warrior Monk. Also, in this section here, you will notice that when you get to certain areas and stuff like that, they'll say that they have these things that you can collect inside them. So what we're going to do, this is specifically the Gansenji Temple, or the Gansenji Temple, I guess. And there are 2 pieces of collectibles that you need in order to get it. You'll notice that these things, remember, if they have this type of brown, orange, I don't know what you would call that symbol, then that means that they're knowledge points. The flashback missions are the same type of thing. So you have all different types of missions that you can do, but all those missions give you knowledge points to help continue your unlocking of all the skills and whatnot. And I do believe that both characters need to have their skills completely up. So you will need to use both characters in order to get platinum in this game. However, you only need to play the game once. And there's, I don't believe, any missable trophies for that as well. So at this point now, we're going to go ahead and continue on with our main mission. As you can see, you get a check mark there too when you've completed a certain thing in that area as well. So let's head on to the main mission now, and then we will continue.
You think we're playing? Talk! I'll cut out your tongue. You are a waste of breath. What's the use of a knife maker who won't make knives?
All of the knives have been melted down. There is
That could be
nothing to
Heiji,
give you.
and it looks like he's in trouble.
You're going to make me more knives, Blacksmith.
The way to stay safe is to stay hidden.
Oh? But shit still rolls downhill. You idiot! You are a waste of breath!
Heiji, you did not fight back.
I do not spill blood. I make tools.
They could have killed you.
Yes, perhaps.
I hope I am as brave when death comes for me.
I am not brave. I am broken.
Broken?
My parents built this forge to make tobacco knives. They were the best in Sakai, and very valuable. And my parents were killed. I do not make their knives anymore.
I'm sorry for your loss, Heiji. I'm a friend of Tomiko. She sent me to you.
Tomiko? I am in her debt.
We could use your help, Tomiko and I. Come to Settsu. Whatever debt you owe will be repaid. We might even find a way to fix what has been broken.
There is nothing for me here now. I will pack what is left and come.
Good. We will be waiting.
In order to continue with the mission, Way of the Blacksmith, you need to go back to your homestead, or your hideouts, what they call it here, because we need to build a forge. There's a few different things you can build at this time, but I'm just going to go by what the game wants me to do. You can put these in any order you want. You don't have to do it the way that I do it, but in order to complete this mission, you have to make sure that you've went around and got at least enough of the items required, as you can see the cost, to be able to do this.
The forge is done. I think your parents will approve.
They were the best blacksmiths in Sakai before Oda Nobunaga killed them. Perhaps here I can honor them. I am in your debt again.
Nonsense. You belong here. And don't thank me. Thank Naoe. She found you.
This is very good.
Yes, it is.
I'm looking for sticks to make chuki. With so many people staying here, Tomiko says we need a better solution than her spare cloth. So I'm collecting sticks. Lots of nice smooth sticks.
What I'm going to do now is show you where you can find some contracts. These contracts will give you items that you need in order to upgrade the hideout. So come over here and then click this button here to go into the contracts menu. As you can see, there's going to be contracts in each province of Japan. And as of right now, we have a total of 3. We're going to choose the execute target one. And this one just happens to be not too far from us. But it's just one of those instances of not necessarily a side mission, but a little bit smaller of a side mission, I guess, where you just need to take out a target, get lots of XP, and whatever is lying around in that section. Now, one of the things to note is that since it's so close to where we're actually needing to go, we're not going to fast travel anywhere. So if you leave the hideout for the first time via the way that you came in, then you'll have a cutscene that will explore the scout. You'll have an extra scout to be able to look out, so you have more scouts through the thing. Now, again, if you always fast traveled out of here, you may have not got this cutscene, so I don't know if that would have screwed anything up. So at least once, make sure that you actually exit through the same way that you entered, so that this cutscene and this little mission here can play out, and then you can finish it. It's not really a mission, it's just showing you that you've unlocked more scouts.
It's now, eh? Oh! Ah, Miss Naue!
Monta? Is that you?
Oh, you survived the fall of Iga. Not many of our neighbors did. Our home is a shadow of what it once was. We left together and found this place.
Come inside. You can stay here.
Only if you let us earn our keep.
We want to build community here. Allies who will work together.
Then let us be on the lookout for you. We'll keep this place safe. Gather information.
You are all welcome.
All right, so this is Assassin's Creed, and I feel like I got to be honest with you. I gotta explain some things because you're gonna see some jankiness here. Remember, this is well before release. There's a day one patch, you know, and you need to say that because there are going to be fixes of stuff. You might see a few glitches here and there, but I will tell you that my overall experience that I've had so far of playing the game before the day one patch has not been bad at all, and there hasn't been any game breaking bugs or anything like that. But it's still limited by the system that they've created here for these Assassin's Creed games. Like you're going to notice here, we're going to come along this side where the whistle is and try to get him to come out. Now, he might not be programmed to actually head out into the yellow area. So remember, we're not in the yellow area, or excuse me, we're not in the red area right now. We're in the yellow. You can look at that by the top compass area. So maybe he's not programmed to come out here, although it's just kind of weird because I was trying to get him out here so that the other guys won't see you, because you get seen pretty easily in this game. But what we're going to end up doing here is going to look totally ridiculous, but this is what Assassin's Creed has pretty much evolved into, which is, and it's always been this way, and I think a lot of people are tired of that, and I'm one of them. I'll be the first to admit that it's not fun to do this type of gameplay right here anymore. It was fun at first, but it gets old very, very fast. And what I mean by that is what you're going to see me do here in just a second. So there's a total of 4 enemies right there, right? 3 of them are standing right next to each other, and then you have the main target that you need to take down. Now, we could go and take down this main target right now by, you know, doing like an assassination from up top or whatever, which is what we're going to eventually end up doing. But we're going to take out the 3 guys first. So if you look at this, right, the logical conclusion that you would have is you need to get to a layer area where you could whistle and have each one of them come to you. However, it's so ridiculous and it just looks bad that it's just like, why do they create this type of gameplay? Because I know for a fact that people get annoyed by the simplicity of this, which is literally, if you want to use the whistle, and if you're going to put the whistle in there and you're going to get one of them to come at a time, I think it would have been way better if 2 people hear a whistle, both of them come, or one of them stays and looks in this direction for a while. Otherwise, you get something like this, where, you know, you get the one guy coming, and then you just rinse and repeat that over and over again. Some people will say that that's not a big deal or whatever, but if the bulk of your gameplay when you go into these sections and you're trying to be stealthy and play the game in a stealthy manner, and this is kind of what you have to do, I feel like it's time for a change. It's time to do something else, or not, you know, or give us different styles of gameplay or different types of, or make the areas surrounding this more situated for a stealth opportunity. Obviously, I could go straight in there and just start hacking, slashing, but that's not what you're supposed to do with the Shinobi character. That's not what the Shinobi is all about. That's not what Naoi's all about. So for me to do it this way, it just feels kind of cheap. I don't know if you guys agree. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a discussion on what you guys think of that style of gameplay. Obviously, you're going to see it a lot here, and it happened a lot in Ghost of Tsushima as well. I think that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of developers don't want to do stealth, because it's kind of limited in the way that they do it. But I know that there's some great developers out there that can find ways to set enemies up in different situations to where you don't have to do that. You didn't have to put all 3 of those enemies in one same spot right there. You could have separated them a little bit so it felt more natural going around to each one. But it is what it is. I just wanted to make a mental note to you guys out there. I just felt it was kind of weird. All right, so now that we've done and completed this, we're going to head to the next thing that we're going to do, which is continue on with our flashback missions. You don't really know exactly where they are. You just only know of the things that you've come across during the areas that you've been in at this point. So since we have a few question marks that are still left on the map, instead of continuing on with the main mission, I want to get all 4 of these flashback missions done, because they do provide you a lot of XP and whatnot. So we're going to head over to the next question mark, which is going to be over here on the right side. It's going to be actually close to where we first started the game, this part 2, I guess you could say. So it's going to be right here. That question mark is going to be one of those areas that you need to. This is a temple. There's nothing inside the shrine. There's no like things that you need to pray. There's also animals that you can pet. Anytime you see an animal, you need to pet it, because it's going to unlock it in the hideout. So then you can use that, you know, to spice up your hideout and whatnot. So whenever you see animals, make sure you do that. If you see the same style of animal, then obviously you can still pet it, and it only unlocks it once. So I'd already went around the world and unlocked this pet right here, which is why you don't see it showing that it's unlocked. But here is the second of 4 flashbacks that we're going to do.
A place to meditate. A place to remember what happened in Igan. Good morning, Chichiro.
You did not sleep well.
I had another bad dream. I saw their faces. The men I killed.
I heard you cry out in your sleep. Last night, and the nights before it. The horrors of war come for everyone, equally. As your father, I had a secret hope that you would be spared.
Nobukatsu and his men spared no one. Why should I be?
I have been thinking. The victory of our battle will be short-lived. Oda Nobunaga does not know the word defeat, nor mercy. I have not prepared you enough. This must change. Today, you will learn to wield a warrior's greatest weapon.
Is it the Naginata?
No, it is not. Come, my plum. Take a cleansing breath.
We're going to meditate?
Not in our usual way. This is a technique for protection of mind and body. In times of danger. Fear.
Kuji-Kiri.
Yes. I will teach you Kuji-Kiri to let go of your guilt and regret. A warrior has no use for these things. Now, tell me about your nightmare.
It's hard to remember. I was alone, and then blood. A red moon.
Did you see the faces of the men you killed as they drew their last breath?
I did.
Lift your head up, Fujibayashi Naoe. We have ways to banish such darkness. Breathe deeply. Come into the present moment. Now, begin. Let your breath be natural and relaxed. Lucy, empty your mind, Naoe. Good. Do not force it. Lucy, be here. Now. Lucy. How do you feel?
Calmer. Lighter.
That happens when you empty your head of the past. You see the world for what it is now. Your mind is refocused. And next, we will redirect it. Momochi Sandayu and Matsu have also agreed to help you. Find them and learn from them.
Chichiro. Thank you for believing in me.
I always have. Only now can I show you how much.
Naoe, there you are. Where have you been, child?
Just busy, Auntie Matsu.
Yes, I know what you have overcome these past weeks. Your first battle. How brave you must have been to survive it.
I wasn't sure I would. But Momochi-san, you said I fought well.
As I knew you would too. Have pride in yourself. Now we push past survival. With my family scroll written in my ancestors' hand. All Shinobi families have secrets, you know?
Thank you.
The scroll's lessons will be very useful to you. But more useful when you retrieve it. I gave it away for safekeeping. My floorboards are already full of other secrets.
I'll find it. Where?
With the priests at the shrine. Go, learn from those who came before us.
It's been a harsh winter. Tougher than any I can remember. Guess I need toughening up too. I wonder what I'll learn from the Ancestors' Scrolls. I just want to be good. A real shinobi. The shrine.
So for this particular objective, you have to remember that this is a flashback, which means you do not have your hidden blade. You also do not have your hook. So therefore, you cannot assassinate any of these guys. So trying to be stealthy here is something you can definitely still do. Just go past them. But if you're thinking that you can take them out in any manner besides just a straight up assault, that's all you have. See, at this point, for whatever reason, I just assumed I still had my hidden blade for whatever reason, but since this is a flashback, it doesn't work, and you actually have to take them out normally, or just completely go past them to the main objective here.
Never underestimate an Igan.
I should slap you senseless. Hey now, this ends here.
That must be the scroll. Here it is. Auntie Matsu's family scroll. I would never have guessed Auntie's family was so powerful. I'll learn their secret techniques.
Are you finished your training?
For today. But there's so much more to learn, isn't there?
It is only the beginning. We have years worth to catch you up on. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
All right, 2 of 4 is now complete. That one was called Mind and Body. I don't really know the exact names. It's kind of a weird name for me to say. I do apologize. They're called Kuji-Kiris, but I'm just kind of labeling them as like kind of flashback missions. And again, there's 4 of them total. So we're going to move on to the third one. You can see that there is a question mark to the right side, kind of north of us and to the right. we're going to go ahead and grab that one. So far what I've seen is the question marks that I've uncovered normally have one of these things in them. Yes, so that's why we did all these fast travel points, so that we can get around to the locations so much easier. But I've already skipped ahead time because you've seen, you're going to see a lot of exploration. Something about this right here, there's a symbol there. I don't know if that plays into something a little bit later.
I feel calm here.
I just thought I would let you guys know about it.
And revisit my past, my home.
Here is the third of 4 flashbacks.
Sir Sandayu.
Your face has changed. You're no longer a girl, but an Igan Shinobi.
I look different already?
It is a way of war. Even at my age, I leave each battle a changed man. You did your part well against Nobukatsu. I have other need of you.
Anything. I am ready.
We lost contact with one of our watchtowers. I want you to check on the Igans posted there.
Are they in trouble?
I do not know. But since the Oda clan has breached our borders, caution is prudent. Go south of the village. Use this to get inside the tower. It is a useful tool to get you to places only Shinobi can go, in between shadows. Be brave, young Fujibayashi. Tell me what you discover once you go to the watchtower.
In this particular training flashback, we're going to learn how to use the hook, which will allow us to jump. Like I said, I'm still having a little trouble actually with learning the hook because there's a lot of things you need to learn about. Sometimes you think you're going to make a jump.
Up and over.
Sometimes you're not going to make the jump. So it's a little finicky, I would say. I think it does need a little work, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be worked out. See, like right there, you would think you'd be able to do a second one, but either I jumped too early and I wasn't able to get, because you can string them together and continue. I think there's actually a trophy for stringing them together as well. But this entire flashback is really just teaching you about using the hook, because now we actually have the ability to grab enemies, and then you grab them and you can knock them out. Remember, another ability that you can unlock via the skills will be to grab them and then be able to actually assassinate them, but you don't have that ability yet. So you can only grab them and then knock them out. You can't take them down permanently. So what you just saw me do there was these little shrines. They're scattered throughout the maps, and all you got to do is go and pray at one of them, and then you'll get buffs that will help you learn to you'll have, maybe you'll be a little bit stronger, or maybe you'll have a little bit more defense for a short amount of time. You can see that buff in the bottom left of the screen. You see that little blue outline where your health is right below it. That's what that means.
Oda Ashigaru. They've taken over the tower. I need to see what's happening inside. I should use the hook, Momochi-san, that you gave me. Like Momochi-san that you said, in and out of shadows. I have to be quiet. More of them. I can use my hook to take them down. Definitely not Igan's. All Oda clan Ashigaru. I should avoid them.
It's been weeks. How long do we have to stay here?
Why leave? We took care of the Igans.
Others will be suspicious soon enough.
Weeks? They've been here since Nobukatsu's attack.
We've used up all our reserves. I'm starving.
Then sneak into town and get us something to eat.
They know our colors.
Take the armor off the Igan in the tower. There's your disguise.
That Igan must be the fort leader. At the top of the tower. Maybe he's still alive. They killed him. They took our tower and killed every Igan here. I need to tell Momochi-Sandai what happened.
Well?
Stranded Oda clan, Ashigaru. They killed the Igan stationed in the tower.
The rats. I will send men there immediately. Do not worry. You have learned a valuable shinobi lesson today. Subterfuge, gathering information.
Observation is the key to victory.
Matsu's specialty in her younger years. A great warrior, but an even better spy. You will do well to follow in her footsteps. Thank you for your work, Shinobi.
When will you get back from the Ikki ceremony?
I do not know. But we will find out together. You will be there too.
Me? I'm going to the assembly?
You have been working hard, and you are more than ready. I want you to be there, so you won't have to eavesdrop like you did when you were a young girl.
I always knew you saw me spying.
Well, now you are formally invited. I will meet you there. Take our horse,
All right, 3 of 4 is complete. one more to go. This one was called A True Igan. And remember, any dog that you haven't seen yet, make sure you go up to them and add them to your collection.
Oh, I can't play right now.
Again, if you like the way that I'm doing this walkthrough, please let me know in the comments below. If you think I should do it a different way, let me know as well, although it's probably going to be a little too late considering that this is still 8 days before the embargo. So, but I'm interested for future playthroughs. If you don't like this style of me directing you and leading you and showing you that kind of thing, my walkthroughs have always been commentary, but I don't want to waste your time with my commentary. I want to make sure I give you the commentary that is going to be helpful. Maybe a funny anecdote here and there and whatnot. Especially if you watch my live commentary, you'll notice that we try to do jokes, but we try to keep it clean and make it as informative as we can, but also enjoy it and just have fun. Video games are a way for everyone to relieve stress, and I want to be able to be here to help you with that. So, as you can see, there's one weapon that we cannot equip just yet. It's a level 11, and we are not currently at that level, so therefore we can equip it. So obviously once you get to that, or once you get close enough to it, then you will be able to eventually do that. So make sure as you're going through this, you're constantly, putting the new weapons that you're unlocking through. And then once we eventually get a second weapon, then you'll do the same with that and whatnot. So lots of customization still to come. This is just the very, very beginning of it. So what you see here is that we took out a specific person here. This was like way back, like earlier in the video, and it was just a random person that we were going across because we were taking out a group of people. And so because of that, it unlocked another area down here on this board, which is, I'm thinking they're going to end up being Templars. I don't 100% know because I'm not that far in the story yet, but you'll see these guys that have this little kind of king outline on them. They're just throughout the world, and if you take them out, it'll give you like this ghost kind of kill, and that's how you stumble across those guys. So just wanted to make sure you guys knew. But let's go ahead at this point here in just a moment. We will continue on and move to the fourth and final flashback mission.
Maybe I should stop here to meditate, reflect on my training. Finally, I get to go to the Sokkoku Ikki. This is what's going to rally us. Igan's uniting around one cause.
Walk with me for a moment now. How is training progressing with your father?
My father says I've come a long way, but I feel I have much to learn.
Nagato has taken great pains to prepare you, despite his paternal instincts.
He is a great father.
Of course. But it is difficult for one to discern whether they want the best for someone, or their idea of what is best. It is hard to see oneself from an outside perspective, or the ones they love. You have thoughts?
I think that life is confusing.
Then you know more than I did at your age. But I do have one word of advice for you, Naue. If there is a moment today, during the ceremony, where you have something to say, say it. You must believe in your voice. It is time for young Igans to step into their destiny.
Thank you, Sir Sandayu. I will go find my father. What are you doing up here?
Yes. I needed to clear my thoughts.
You always play your tsujibue when you don't know what to say.
Have you been practicing your playing?
I haven't. I've been focusing on my other skills.
There are always things to improve. Do you know why I play this song?
You've never told me why. There are many things you've not told me.
I know.
Tell me why.
I swore an oath to protect you at all costs. As your father, it was my duty. But it placed great limits on you.
You have more than fulfilled your oath.
You do not just look like your mother. You have her courage, her strong will. When I lost to you, it wounded me in a way that never healed. Every day, I play her melody to soothe her spirit. And mine.
And mine.
I have robbed you of your mother's memory by staying silent. Soon, we will speak of her. But you must know, she would be proud of you. Come, my pro. It's time to take our oath.
Iganomono, we gather to reaffirm our oath to our Iki. Our traditions and our bonds cannot be abandoned. In uncertain times, we call upon you, the strongest among us.
Forgive my interruption, Norimasa.
You are welcome, Hattori Hanzo.
Momochi Sandayu, Fujibayashi Nagato. The years steal behind us quickly, do they not?
Summer turns to autumn in the blink of an eye. But you did not come to reminisce, did you, Hanzo?
Perceptive as ever, Nagato. Lord Nobunaga will be here by nightfall with more soldiers than Iga has ever known. He brings his full might. Koga's as well. If you doubt me, go to Hijiyama Castle. You will find Kogan spies there awaiting Lord Nobunaga's signal. I offer Iga the protection of my lord Tokugawa Ieyasu. The odds are too great for Iga to survive. Surely, you realize this.
You left Iga to seek out fortune, not honor. Forgive me if I question your loyalty or your motives for returning.
Be careful, Koappa. If you do not know how to speak to your superior, you will learn the hard way.
You have not been away from Iga that long, Hanzo. You know very well we do not surrender.
Hattori Hanzo is right. We chirp like stupid birds to await the hawk. We must surrender once or else we will all die.
Remember who you are, Fujita Jiro. You are Igan and a part of our Iki.
You think I'll forget this? Is it the fate of Igans to merely die at the hands of cruel daimyos and ruthless samurai?
No, it's not.
You have something to add? It is a tradition of the Iki that every voice must be heard. Speak.
It does not matter if we are outnumbered. We must fight for our home.
Truer words have not been spoken tonight. Naoe is right.
I hear your mother's voice from your mouth. Perhaps you share her destiny as well.
Naoe's destiny is her own.
Young Fujibayashi is not a warrior in our Iki.
I asked Naoe to take the oath of the Iki because her heart is Igan. She fights with our courage.
Did my son not have courage? Courage was not enough to thwart Oda Nobukatsu's archers. Courage alone does not make a warrior.
If you doubt Naoe is a warrior, then let her prove it, Jiro.
If we must duel to decide, then so be it.
Do you accept this duel, Fujibayashi Naoe?
I accept.
Our respected member, Fujita Jiro, doubts Fujibayashi Naoe's worthiness as a warrior. The duel was proposed, and the duel was accepted.
Machine.
Begin!
All right, this is our second boss fight in this part. This is from the Flashbacks mission for Vegeta Juru. Hopefully I said his name right. He's a little bit tougher because he has some moves that are very, very quick. So you probably weren't supposed to do this mission, I would say, until you were a little bit further in the game because of just how this one was a little bit harder. And you can see that on expert mode, it's very, very tough. And he takes you out pretty much in 2 hits. So you got to be real quick. And then once you get more used to the combat, then obviously you'll get better. We were able to make it. Did take a few tries, of course, but you'll just reload the checkpoint right there, and then you should be good to go.
Well fought, warrior. You belong in this Iki. Please forgive my doubting you.
We must return to the shrine and take the oath of the Iki. Let Oda Nobunaga face us as one.
You have chosen a road tonight, Iga. May it lead you to victory.
Each of you has signed this document and taken the oath. One copy will be kept hidden. Another will be made sacred. As the ashes of our oath mix with water, blessed in the name of Ohiko no Mikoto. As each of us drink this water, the Iki is made whole once more inside us all. We drink to steel ourselves against those who would divide us. We are fortified with a common purpose, a united strength. It is done.
We must find out if we truly have no allies left among the Kogan Sandai.
I will send scouts immediately.
Kogan spies with weapons just outside our borders.
Hanzo told the truth, just as I suspected.
I will stay in Iga to ready our defense. Nagato, you ride to Hijiyama.
Naoe and I will both go to lessen their numbers and uncover Nobunaga's plans. Meet us at our horses, Naoe. We need to find a way inside.
There's a small opening up this path. I should join Chichiue. Chichiue killed the traitor!
All the Igans here are dead. The Kogans betrayed us.
I'm not afraid of them.
Good. But you do need to be careful. I will secure the castle and look for their plans. Stay low and stay safe now.
Stay in the shadows. Hurry, Naoe.
He's on his way to Iga. Who? Oda Nobunaga? Not just him. Thousands. The invasion's in motion. You do not see the plans? In the courtyard.
You can put that away, Fujibayashi Naoe. I am no Oni for you to fear. You've made it far. You have your mother's skill.
My father trained me. I did not know her.
Fine. So your father's skill, but your mother's voice. Nagato is a strong warrior, but so loyal to one tiny valley.
A valley you betrayed.
If a mistreated horse kicks off a rider who will not spare the whip, is that truly betrayal? You may face a similar choice, young Igan. What good is a homeland if it dooms you?
I am Igan, and all I know is Iga. I must fight for it.
And what makes you think Iga can be saved?
I don't know what you want from me.
They've told you stories about Oni Hanzo, but have they told you the story of my childhood? The best Shinobi warrior, long before I reached your age. The pride of my family. A prodigy one day, and a demon the next. Both paths taught me the same lesson. Nothing lasts forever. Some things die slowly like trees. And some die quickly, like samurai. Let Iga die, or it will take you with it before your time. Only Lord Ieyasu can protect you.
Now?
He killed a Kogan and saved my life.
I thought they fought for your master.
A man serves many oaths. You know this just as well. I found that on the courier on my way out of Iga.
How is this possible?
All I know is my desire to show it to you. My final duty to an old friend.
It is not here. It was lost.
父上! Mibuno!
Iga is under attack. Quickly, we must get to Sendai.
You run to your doom, Nagato. It is too late to be ready.
He comes. Oda Nobunaga.
We need a plan. Chichiwa, what do we do?
We ride to Aikuni Shrine. Now.
My people. My village. Everything destroyed. This is what's fueled me. Why I need to make sure it never happens again.
All right, ladies and gents, there you go. We've completed the fourth and final of those flashback missions. And we received a mastery point as well. So when you do all 4 of those, that's when you'll get that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed so far. This is part 1 of this specific area. And again, we completed the entire quest before the fall. That's what that main quest of all 4 of those missions are, is called Before the Fall. So hopefully that's not too confusing. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll pick it up for the next part. This will be part 3 of our walkthrough for Assassin's Creed Shadows. We'll see you then.